before the disaster film Earthquake. Small detail I might have left out. That was again inspired by the movie Earthquake, back to the mid-70s there. Takes us back to the right time period as we're about to pass by Amity Island again. Jaws was our next big release after Earthquake. We actually just celebrated the 50th anniversary of Jaws last summer. The attraction itself is turning 50 in a week from today, actually. To tell you a little bit more about how Jaws made its way to the lot so soon after the movie, I'm going to toss it over to Steven Spielberg himself.
Ride was almost the inevitable result of the size of the box office when Jaws first opened in June of 1975. And that was really the first time I ever got involved in the creation of a ride. It was a great honor to be invited into a creative circle of tremendous designers at Universal. They were trying to figure out how to replicate what the movie had done to audiences in a real way by building a physical shark that would come out of the water and terrify tourists as they were sitting in the tram. And the most amazing thing about the Jaws ride is it is exactly as it was from the time it was first placed on Universal Lot. There have been tweaks, of course, over the years, but it is essentially what the designers and myself all envisioned and created.
We're gonna squeeze past shark territory one last time there, guys, and trickle down the food chain now from sharks to chickens, smaller yet equally terrifying. That's the Chicken Ranch on your right, built back in 1982 for the Best of the Warehouse in Texas with Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. One of our largest practical sets. In terms of sets, practical means you can film on the inside and outside, walls on all four sides, as opposed to facades, which are turning up the last stretch of Steven Spielberg's longest road in our lot. His story all started right here on the slot.
That was
I'm not sure
as another menu. Sorry about that. Thank you so much.
My entire career began with my relationship with Universal Studios just as a high school kid on a tour bus. Remember, in those days, there weren't trams, there were buses called a Gray Line tour bus. And I was so excited and thrilled to be on the lot. It was my first time ever on a movie studio lot. And during a bathroom break, in the bathroom, when everybody left to get back on the bus, I waited another 15 minutes until I waited another 15 minutes, waited another 15 minutes until I waited another 15 minutes until I waited another 15 minutes until I was over the world on locations, but most of it was focused in those days in the 60s on the film lots. So nobody
gotta accept my request, Valley Girl.
From soundstage to soundstage, and I really felt in my own young way I owned a lot.
Appreciate it.
And had the most amazing day of my life.
And the tour never had bathroom breaks again, but it all worked out for the best coming off Spielberg Drive. Go back to the 60s there as he's talking about. That's one of the original glamour trams from 1964 when the tour started. That's what they looked like. Here was some of our most famous picture cars. That's what we call any vehicle that shows up on screen. It could be a plane, a train, an automobile, a tram, if you will. We'll still call it the picture car on set. Now let's say you've been driving one of these picture cars all night long down the highway and you're tired, it's dark and raining, you need somewhere to pull over, get a good night's sleep. Perhaps you could do that right here at the Bates Motel. The iconic, infamous motel from Hitchcock's classic 1960s Psycho. They've got vacancies, guys, and there is the owner of the motel right now, Norman Bates. Hey, Norman. Hey, buddy. I've got some out-of-towners over here. Might need a room or two. Okay. Looks like he's busy, guys. I don't want to bother him if he's in the middle of spring cleaning, maybe, or just escorting someone to their car. Very chivalrous. Trunk's kind of an odd place to put someone, guys. We'll try the next town over. Norman, hey, buddy, no need to do that. It's really nothing personal. It's us. It's not you. You know, just changed our minds. No need to come any closer to the tram. Watch out back there, carport. I really don't know what's gotten into him today. He's normally a nice guy. Sorry. The only thing I can think of is we're passing the original Psycho house on your left, coming up where Mother lives. Norman's very protective of Mother. If you see her, just pay your respects, say hi, wave, and then we're gonna veer off the beaten psychopath out of Hitchcock territory and back to guess who? Spielberg. That's right. Here we are now, moving into one of the sets of Spielberg's 2005 sci-fi epic, War of the Worlds.
When?
Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Trust me. Listen, listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? See how close? Bobby, get in. Get in.
Look at that. Gwen, let's go. Yeah, it does that over here, Dan. This area,
This is one of the
cell
largest
service is
sets
very
ever built at
spotty
that
over
time,
here, Dan.
largely due to the
Hang
sheer
tight.
size of the plane that is a real 747.
Yeah, hang tight, Dan. It's going to cut out a little bit.
Graveyard just north of us in the Mojave Desert. They bought it for about $60,000. It's a pretty good deal if you're in the marketplace. So yeah, it did cost them about $200,000 though, having it
Hey, it's
just
Kenny.
have it
Thank you for
delivered to the
following.
lot. They had to chop it up in 4 parts, slice off the tops just to be able to get it under highway overpasses and onto property. It's always the shipping fees. That's how they get you. But Spielberg and team found a creative twist to that. They would have you think it's the aliens in the movie that did that to the plane. It was really because of all those logistical problems I just told you about. Spielberg is very good at finding those creative twists, though. His next film's coming out in June. It's called Disclosure. From Oscar winner Jordan Peele's latest feature film, Nope. A more recent filmmaker to call Universal home. He's actually going to welcome us and tell you a little more about what to expect.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's
Bam, bam, help me out here. Let everybody know it's going to be a little spotty.
It is smack dab in the center of a UFO hop. Welcome to the world of Nope.
Skylar, I appreciate the follow. Thank you.
Sorry guys, our tram got stuck for a second there. I don't know if it was the UFO activity or something else, but we're not going to stick around to find out. It sounds like things are getting strange in Jupiter's Claim. Emphasis on sounds like Jupiter's Claim. And the movie Nope is a great example of sound design. How important sound is in production. You think of anything without the sound, it is a silent movie. The sound effects, the music can totally change how a scene feels to you. It's a category at the Oscars. It's a really important piece of the puzzle. Road we're taking back, we don't always take. So we don't always get to see Falls Lake.
What up?
This large basin over here, we can fill the whole area filled. Then we use that large blue background. That background's into filming with. Long before we had visual effects, we had Falls Lake. This is where Norman Bates dumped Marion Crane's car in Psycho, 1960. 27 years later, we built the backdrop for Jaws: The Revenge. That's an example of a painted backdrop before CGI was what it is now. And everything else in the clip, backgrounds are added in with visual effects. It's a lot easier to film those kind of scenes on Falls Lake than on an actual body of water, where we have far less control over the environment. So, another great testament to why we have a lot
We should be
in
back
the first
now.
place.
We back now.
So whether it's the visual effects, practical effects, sound design, art direction, these are just a few of many moving pieces that all have to come together at the end of the day to make that final magical product you see on screen. And that is what the tour is really all about, guys. Taking you behind the scenes, not just to see the sets, but to get some insight into how all of it works.
Man, this thing
all
is
the
backed
people
up.
and departments involved, of which there are many. It truly takes a village, as they say, and that was our little village.
This
You just
thing
saw
is super
all
backed up.
400 acres, not so little in reality. The
Yeah.
largest studio lot in Los Angeles, the oldest and one of the busiest in the world.
There,
As you got to see today, with some active filming, with no plans of slowing down anytime
There's
soon.
another tram all the way up there. That's like stop. We're going to have to wait for that. go to Waterworld. And then we'll do our refresh there. And hopefully it doesn't happen.
And that's about 111 years.
Okay, let's
guys,
get
of
our first thing done. We
history
got our
of
first goal to
tradition
get.
You
We got
are
5 more
a part of now.
countdowns,
Some
timer,
small
air
started.
dancers. Let's get it.
1915 is when we started taking people back onto that lot.
Yep.
So it's a tradition, 111 years in the making, still alive because of all of you coming to take the tour today. So we thank you guys for coming to see us, keep that tradition alive. How we have taken folks behind the scenes has changed a little bit since then, but in essence, still the same experience for you. This is the only attraction in the world that traverses both the park for us anywhere else in the world. It all grew out of the studio tour. So again, you're a part of some very important history for us. You're also in some pretty good company as well.
I've been on that tour so many times since I was a kid, and I just love it every time.
The first time I ever went on the Universal launch, we did the tour.
I grew up in Los Angeles, and that was like the place to go and see Jaws.
I got my introduction to Universal Studios through the tour, and so then to be in the movies and seeing the trams drive by, it's very
And
overwhelming.
we get
One
to
of the
move
coolest
to the
things
next
actually about shooting
place we have to wait.
Sometimes you get to shoot on the lot, and then you look
Oh,
over
there's
and
going to be
see
3
Jaws.
spots we're going to have to wait. Oh my gosh.
Trams are riding around. It's the coolest thing ever.
What the heck, dude? What is going on?
Tram drivers were kind of a little reckless, a little crazy. There was no restriction.
This
on
tour,
cars
between the
going
last
into
time we
drive.
rode and we got stuck, remember we had to do the tram transfer on the last one? And now this one.
When we were shooting Back to the Future.
Being here brings me back in time, I'll tell you that.
The tram would come through, the tourists would see Michael J. Fox, and they're taking their camera snap. So one day, Michael J. Fox had jumped in, and every time the tourists came through snapping their pictures, he ran out and he started taking pictures of them.
There are videos, I think, of that on the internet. If you YouTube it, perhaps you might find them. Michael J. Fox running by, high-fiving people, taking photos of them some 41 years ago, probably. We just celebrated the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future last fall. We had the 50th anniversary of Jaws last summer as well. A lot of big anniversaries. We're celebrating 100 years of NBC this year. NBC turning 100, started in radio, moved into TV, of course, brought you iconic shows like The Tonight Show, Saturday Night Live, The Office, some of our newer NBC shows as well. Excited to celebrate their legacy. They are under the NBC Universal umbrella. Along with companies like Universal Pictures, the movie studio, the park itself. Focus Features, they were the team behind all 3 of our Oscar nominees this year. We won 1 Oscar a few weeks back for Hamlet. Jessie Buckley won Best
Graciana, thanks for the
Actress.
follow.
For that, it was a story of how Shakespeare wrote
Graciana.
Hamlet. Very moving, powerful story if you haven't seen it. One last look at the lot there on your right there, guys. Harder to get these kind of views in LA than you might think. You're seeing our lot and the entire San Fernando Valley. You got Warner Brothers back there, Disney and ABC behind them, Nickelodeon somewhere further, and out there in Burbank, many others, all working toward the same goal. But right here at Universal, again, we are the oldest and largest in town, and staying busy. We don't always have active filming on the lot when we're giving the tours. We don't always get to be that close to it
Ready on
either,
that
so that
beat,
was kind of
thank you to
cool to
follow.
get you guys that close to a real production that's working. Our lot, of course, staying busy. Our park staying busy too, with you guys coming to see us. And we got our new roller coaster coming. We got FanFest nights starting back up this month. The weekends in April and May, if you're around, we'd love to have you back for that. It's an after-hours experience, kind of like Halloween Horror Nights, but instead of horror, it's sci-fi, fantasy, anime, gaming. We didn't get to go through Little Europe today. That's the sets where that production was filming. You can actually walk through there, though, with FanFest nights this year with Scooby-Doo in the game. You can help them solve mysteries with our Universal Monsters as well down there. I'll give you a little look at that here on screen.
Okay, trivia players, what is Shaggy's catchphrase?
It's Zoinks. Man, we gotta let us out of here because I'm trying to make it to Waterworld.
Universal FanFest night at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Scooby-Doo is one of many franchises involved. So again, we'd love to have you guys back for that in a few weeks or so. But we'll get you back on with the rest every day here right now in the park. And in just a moment, we got one last turn to make. We'll be pulling back into the park. We are open until 7 o'clock. You got time to go out there and have some more fun. Once we are pulled back in, just make sure you stay seated till we come to a full stop and have the gates lifted. Then you'll be free to go. Before we part ways, big thanks again to all of you. Special thanks to the annual pass holders on the tram. Always grateful to have you guys back. Also, just want to see if anybody else. We've been celebrating a lot lately. Anybody on board the tram today celebrating anything? Any birthdays?
You stack
On the
right
tram,
here
any
or right
birthdays
there.
We've
stacked 4 times
one or
or
2
3
hands. I
times
knew there
before
had to be
this.
at least a few. Graduations? Okay,
Not
well, first.
longer.
Okay.
Not longer than
and
no.
birthdays? Okay, we got a lot to celebrate. First birthdays, guys. On 3, help me wish our friends happy birthday, okay? All together. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday! Thanks for celebrating with us. Happy graduation, spring break, maybe. Happy vacation. Maybe you're just here for some good old-fashioned fun. That is perfectly fine, too. We're about to make that last turn. We may have one more second here. So also a big thanks to our driver, Jamie, guys. Let's make some noise for our driver! Without Jamie, we would have had to walk all 400 acres. Don't think we would have enjoyed that or done it. Very grateful for these trams getting us around that lot. They've been doing it for quite some time. They are celebrities in their own right. As you heard those celebrities in the other clip talking about how much they get excited to see the trams.
What's up, April?
A few times it's been on the screen over the years.
LB Vera, thank you. Appreciate the follow.
We won't be sitting much longer, I promise, guys. We're about to pull back in now. A little music, perhaps, to usher us back into the park.
Bring the noise.
What do you want to hear?
Alright, guys, listen to some blues riff and beat. Watch me for the changes and try and keep up, okay?
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's go. April, let's go. Oh, April. Thank you so much, April. I appreciate that very much.
Oh my gosh, look at her butt. Oh my gosh, look at her.
Yellow. Harley, it's Yellow and Harley. Thank you so much for the melon juice. I appreciate that. That was awesome.
And you know what, guys? I think you all were a pitch perfect tour. Thank you again, guys, for pulling back in. As they say in the business, that's a wrap for us at the studio tour. JT signing off. If we don't see you again here, we'll see you in the movies. Thanks again, guys. Once those gates are up, you are free to go. Have fun out there. Enjoy the rest of the day. Stay safe and roll credits.
What a coincidence. Rose,
as you go, so long, goodbye, adios, au revoir, ciao, ciao, Daniel, happy New Year, see ya, have fun.
Mina, I appreciate the follow. Thank you, Mina.
Are you up in bed?